You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature. Here is a complete video of a maker set from start to finish. If you want to skip ahead to specific points in the video, then check the description below for skip times. Enjoy! Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop and it's the Cake Pops by Bakerella, the ultimate cake pop set. I'm excited because I've never made a traditional cake pop in my entire life. I did not practice, I did not test it. Gonna open the box, gonna wash the pieces, and go from there. It says you supply the cake frosting, candy coating, and sprinkles. So we have all that. And then look, shape, dip, decorate. And one more here, eat. That's gonna be me there eating. And then you have the two girls, of course, happy kids on the box. You gotta love that. Let's flip it around so you can see the back. Now this shows you Angie Dudley as the creator of Bakerella.com. So we actually got this from her, yes. We just sent her an email, said, hey, we got some people that requested this. Any chance, any remote chance we can get a set to show our viewers? Oh yeah, no problem. That's how cool she is. So here we go. It says this is what everything's included and how to make the cake pops. The ultimate cake pops. That little history there. Be a pop star. Another happy kid. That's me. So here we go. All the different pieces that we got to wash. And I'm ready. So let me get it out of the box. Now, I did pre-take out my instructions, but look, you know, you're a dad or a mom, and this is what you're faced with. So what do? Well, you take it all out of the bags, you learn, investigate, read the instructions. Ooh, look at that. Let's get rid of that. See all the stuff? It's colorful. Here's the molds. All right, so I know it could take me another 5 minutes to cut all the bags nice and get everything out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it all up. All out of the bags. Now I took it all to the sink. I washed it, hot soapy water with a soft cloth, no abrasive sponges on plastic. It just kind of ruins them and scratches them up. Have it all laid out here, so we'll go over all the parts. It came with this really neat plastic laminated instruction sheet, two-sided. The one side tells you how to do all the cake pop stuff, and the other side shows you some different kinds of things to do. You can do chick cake pops, cupcake pops, robot cake pops, party hat cake pops. I'll just give you a quick close-up. So if you want to learn those designs, you can. Pause and enlarge that video. All right. So step one is really to crumble the cake, and you do that with this piece here. See, step one, cut your cake. Step two, crumble. So this is a two-piece set. And the bowl is where you actually mix your cake pop. And then step three is add frosting to the crumble cake. So we're going to do that. It's kind of in there. Step four, you're going to divide it up into balls and fill the molds by hand. Just make balls by hand so that they're bigger than the molds. That's what I wanted to say. So here's a mold. So you got to make sure that the ball is going to be bigger than that shape. So this way it, fills it up completely. And then after that, you're going to take that to the freezer for 15 minutes. And then you're going to get to the presses, which is, I already have a mold in here ready to go. And you're going to press out your shapes. You're going to put them on this tray. You're going to go back to the freezer and then to the fridge for a little while because you don't want them totally frozen. And then it's time. It's time to melt the chocolate in this bowl and decorate. And here's the sticks. So we'll show you all that. I think we just got to get to it, but you've seen all the pieces now. Let's move on. Let me clear everything out of here, get some cake in here, and start step two, crumbling my cake to make cake pops. Remember now, it's the first time I've ever done it. All right? I'm on step two, taking the cake now and running it through this grater and filling the bowl. Then we're going to add frosting for step three. But I do want to point out there's no specific proportion here from cake to frosting because cakes are so different. You might bake a cake, it might be a little drier, so you're going to want to add a little more frosting to make the cake pop the right consistency. If your cake is really moist, then you're going to add less frosting because you don't want your cake pops to be mushy. You still want them to have that cake consistency, but held together by the frosting. So here we go. Our cake, just by looking at it, seems to be okay. A little moist, but we'll see. We're going to get going here. Let's get the camera perfectly set. Yes. And then let's just do it. So it is moist. You could just tell You know, you got to start the process and then adjust accordingly. But oh no, this piece breaks up real nice. So like it said, a third of the cake. Now ours didn't come out as tall as it should have, so I got a little more here. We're just experimenting, I guess. You know, every time you make it, you might adjust or use a different cake recipe. We used an organic chocolate cake recipe. I'll show you that later, if I remember. Okay, I think that is good. Let's take a look. I've got quite a bit in there. It's nice and crumbly, see? So let's move that out of the way. Let me wipe my hand off. We're going to have some nice dirty fingers, huh? Some nice dirty fingernails. Now I'm going to put in 1 heaping tablespoon for now because it is pretty moist. And then they do say just mix it up with a spoon. I'm going to use a soft spatula. And it's starting to mix around. You can see it. Here's a close-up. All right. Ooh, I threw some cake over here. I just saw it. Cake flying everywhere. And for those of you that are watching, we always put the skip times in our description. So if you don't want to watch me do this part of the process, skip ahead. Now they say you won't really know till you get that first ball made, so I could already tell it has a nice almost packing snow kind of consistency. Like you're making a snowball. It's a chocolate snowball. Now I don't know exactly how many balls I'll get out of this because I was using a cake that was thinner, so I had to kind of judge. So let me just take some out now and see how it packs. If I do have to put, I don't have to put a lot of pressure. It seems to hold nice, pack nice. So I think we're good. So step 4 now is divide the mixture into balls. We want to make sure they're large enough for the mold. So let me get those 2 pieces out here. Maybe do a little adjustment here with the camera, and we'll go from there. I think we're good. All right? Okay, nice to have those instructions. They're always there. You can prop them up like that. So now, I'm all set here. Now, you have to make the cake pop balls bigger than the mold. So I have a sample here just so I can get the size in my hands and kind of get a feel for what I want to do here. So I would say that's almost too big. It's going to be a lot coming out of the mold. So let's just get our proportion. I'm going to say that's a good shape and size, so we're going to do that. Fits the tray real nice too. So we'll just keep making them. Yes, and I'm going to make you watch me making all of them. And don't forget, skip ahead if you want. The temptation is to whip one of these across the room. No, just kidding. Like a snowball. A choco ball. So after this now, they're going to go in the freezer for 15 minutes until they're firm. Because then the mold will let you press them and shape them better. Got a nice shape and size there, pretty consistent. So we're going to get 3, 6, 7, 8 out of this. So it's all pretty much, you have to regulate just visually and by touch and looking at them to see, how much you're going to need of everything. We might be able to squeeze one more out of this. I bet you I can just do this. Watch. Squeeze one more. Let me just tweak my balls just a little here. Yep, I think I can. There, one more cake pop ball. See? Okay, so we got 9 out of that. So now, I'm going to take them to the freezer. I'm going to clean up. Ooh, this one didn't look too hot. There we go. I'm happy with that now. Sorry. You know, you're always readjusting. Baking is adjusting. It really is. Especially when you got to make shapes and sizes, you know. All right, so I'm going to freeze these now. We'll come back and we'll shape them. We're all set now. I'm all ready to form my cake pops. So they said basically you don't want them frozen but firm. So they're not frozen but firm. You're going to put them in there and now press. And then that's going to have some excess now because remember now you made them bigger than you were supposed to. Then it says cut off the excess. So we'll have to cut it off once we get this pressed really good. It also says if it does stick, you can actually use some cooking spray. So there's the first one. I'm going to say that came out really nice. So we'll stick that one on the tray. And we'll take the excess off. I'll make 2 of each shape, I guess. Just put the excess there. Ooh, I don't want to redo that one. So now we'll do another one. Kind of get it started there. Here's the pressing. Now I'm squeezing pretty hard. So you could probably just put it down on the counter and do that. Another successful shape. So take our excess, put it there. Now to take the dies out, you can just use your fingernail or molds, whatever you want to call them. They have little pins, see, and they line up the single hole to the double hole. Here, I'll put a round one in and show you that. Okay. Single to the double. There. Now we'll take a round one. We're going to do a round one now. Watch it. I wonder too if maybe we can get an extra one out of the excess. So we'll try it. Maybe shape another ball out of that. So we'll make another round one. Nice. Hey, we're going pretty good. Let's switch to this one because it's all set for a hat, like a party hat. Here we go. Oh yeah. So since I made all the balls the same shape, I'm getting some good extra. This is working great. So I need to switch to the last shape, and I can make 3 of those. This is the square shape. So now after this, it's going to go back in to the freezer, okay? Look at that. Oh yeah, I can make quite a few more. I think I got lots of extra. So next time I'd probably make the balls just a little smaller. Okay, look at that. So let me do this while I have it. It doesn't hurt to just keep making more, right? It's working great. They're holding their shape really good. So I'm going to move a little faster now because I want to get them back into the freezer. Do another square one. And we'll just do one more square one. And then I'll hold them up and show you, because I would say they came out great. So here's what we have. See all my shapes? Pretty neat, huh? So I'm heading back to the freezer now. Another 15 minutes, it says, to firm them up, but not frozen. And then we're going to start coating them. So I'm going to melt some chocolate. That's step 7. All right? We're all set. Now I pre-melted the chocolate. You're going to follow your directions on the chocolate you have. I have milk chocolate and I have white chocolate. And I did put them in little bowls, extra bowls with a little hot water, because I knew I wasn't working in the kitchen, so I could keep it nice and soft that way. So it came out really nice, both of them. I have the white and the milk. They're mixed and ready to go. Now I have these because I think I want to drizzle, so I brought them. They're just regular skewers for like skewering vegetables. We'll set those in the back there. So what they want you to do now is dip in your stick in to your chocolate, and then put that halfway into your pop. So that kind of adds some glue. All right, and then you're gonna dip it. Now some people just put it straight in, I watched, not doing a lot of turning, because that's how it loosens up. And some people use a cup, so there's different ways. Then you pull it out, and then you let it drip. Now you could tap it, tap your hand like this. We'll kind of get off the excess, see that? Now they want you to decorate them right away too. I could get a little more on that one section there. There we go. So immediately decorate. So I have, what do I have? I have regular sprinkles. I have red sugar. I have these little sprinkle balls. I have some little purple stars. So I'm going to let this drip off. So when you think you got it, then you're going to decorate. So I brought in a little decorating bowl. Let me move these out of the way. And I'll sprinkle them with these. These look cool. How's that? That's cake pop number 1. That's my first one I've ever made from scratch like that. See it up there? So let's do another one. Let's get one of the cupcake ones. Here's a cupcake one. So dip it in. I'm going to dip it in the chocolate one this time. Then stick it halfway in. That's kind of like your glue. And then cover it in your chocolate. Then let it drip off. Here, I'll do it this way so it coats everything. So it's going to take a little time. You know, you're decorating, so you want to spend a little time doing it. Now the chocolate one seems to be a little thicker, so it's not dripping as much. So I would say, let me tap my hand. There you go. Maybe I think I want to sprinkle some vanilla on that. See what I'm doing? No, I've never done this before. And it's dripping real good. See it coming, see it dripping all down here? So I'm just going to let that run down a little on my stand. Yes, you're going to get drips on your stand. It's okay. Why not just take your finger like that and eat it? Let's do another one. I said I'm going to do this one. Again, just stick it in. This will be easier to coat. Now you don't want to do too much twisting. Tap. I bet you want to see a close-up of that going in the chocolate. I'll do that on the next one. We'll make some adjustments here. And I think for this one, I'm kind of liking those grape stars. Ooh, it's dipping. Dipping and dripping. See my stars? See? Then maybe put some of these sprinkles on. Let me move this bowl here. Oh yeah, that's really coated. Look at that. Okay, so we're getting some drips, you know. As you're doing it, you're going to want to adjust and experiment and let them set more before you start decorating. But, you know, I'm on the camera. I got to go. I got to keep making them. Here, let's do this. Let me readjust and set some things up and show you some close-ups. Here's one going right into the white chocolate. Let me do a square one. I haven't done a square one, so I'm sticking it in. The cake pop, then coating all the sides. Maybe I'll do that. Tilt it a little. Okay. Then you're going to let it drip off. Now if you tap lightly, I do want to get some chocolate in here. So let's just see if it drips off. A little bit of drip left there. You don't want to be violent with your cake pops, right? Let me get my skewer. I know, probably don't do it right over that. Let me bring this in. If you don't have a skewer, you can use another one of the cake pop and then I think I want to put some red on this one. I don't know why. See that? How's that look? And let me sprinkle some of my red decor. Oop, hit the side. That's okay. How does that one look? Neat, huh? All right, let me do a chocolate one now. And you're constantly licking your fingers. I wonder why. This one's all set. Let me do another cone. So let that drip off. Tapping, tapping, tapping. Turning and tapping. So let me try. Let me drizzle on this one now. I like the vanilla drizzling on the chocolate, the dark chocolate. So let me do that. Excuse me, the white chocolate on the dark chocolate. Okay, and then let me top that one off with not some red, but let me get these little ones here, just on the tip. So when you bite it, you get that crunch. How's that? So we'll put that one there. Shall I keep going? Okay. You asked for it. Let's do that. Let's dip this in here. Let's do another big jumbo. Let's try this one a little differently, huh? Let's do this. We're going to do half in this. Okay. Then we'll move in our chocolate. We're going to do half in this. So it's a half and half, see? And it's swirled pretty cool. Neat. So let's see. Let's do some white on this side. Does it look like I'm having fun? Yes, I am. I'm excited too because the kids are going to want to take over at some point. So I'm going to have to bring it all downstairs and then we'll go for it there. Then they can experiment with it. How's that? So that's like a double decker. I'm going to put that one on there. And let me do one more, okay? One more. I'll do a square one. So now it's really just a matter in the stand, let them dry for 10 minutes so the chocolate's going to get hard again. So far on our stand, there hasn't been any real big drips on the stand, so the chocolate's staying pretty good. It was a good temperature. What can we do with this one? How about decorate each little corner, each little side. Ooh, this one's going to get a good drip. And the top. And I'm going to sprinkle this with the colorful balls all the way around. Yes, they're going everywhere. Woohoo! How's that one, huh? Alright, so I think I've made a pretty good assortment here, just on the few things I had to decorate with. I'm sure there's a lot more things you can use to decorate with. Or you can do holiday ones if you want, Easter ones, or all different kinds of cake pops. Ooh, my square one. See, that's the first one that dripped. And I'm going to stop it now and eat it. So I guess I do have to eat one, huh? What would you guys pick as the first one? And here's the cake, by the way. That's the cake we use, Organics chocolate cake mix. So let's see. Which to eat? Let me get a better shot at my cake pops and spin them for you. I'm going to say overall a success. And I think I like this one the best. It just seemed to come out the best. I'm still deciding which one I want to eat. I'm not sure. They do all look good. Let me just show you one of the original cake balls. So they came out nice. I'm going to eat that. It's very tasty. And it all depends on the type of cake mix you use, right? Okay, so I'm just delaying it, but I think I'm going to eat this one. Right now, I'm going to take a bite off the top. And I'm crunching. That is absolutely spectacular. I'm going to finish it. That is really good. And I'm trying not to lip smack everybody, but when something's good, you got to do it. So thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one. I had fun. The decorating was fun. Now, not everything like my little extra bowls and all that were part of the directions, because you're usually in your kitchen and you're better set up there and better equipped. You can even leave the cake pops in the fridge longer too if you want to take more time decorating. So I just kind of went with it, made a bunch for you. We really do appreciate you watching. Check that description for a playlist or search our channel. I think I'm going to eat one more. I can't just leave you with that. I'm going to eat this one. And thanks for watching. Now go make some cake pops, all right? Later. This video is now over. If you want to see more videos in this series, check the description, search the channel, or click here. And always remember, if you see a lucky penny, pick it up.